Wondering which manga has the most interesting summon to Otherworld? This is a list of summon to Otherworld mangas, so any mangas that involve summoning to other worlds will be added to this video. If you've been in a fantasy mood, I will put together a list of the best summon to another world mangas out there. This is a list of the top 10 summons to the Otherworld manga, so if you're wondering what the manga side story, spin-off, or sequel of the series, you should read this first, and it will ensure you that you don't miss any of those great stories in the list. Number 10. Book of Leisure. It's quite good and really interesting. It has a good storyline, and the great Demon King Imbilden was the first to unite the demon world. One day, a human dared summon the Demon King. It was the greedy fat Prince Leisure Lo Jerlaya Rodwell. However, while summoning the Demon King, he had a mistake in the process, which caused his death. Leisure's body is forcefully frozen because of the contract he made with the Demon King. Well, I might as well just grant him his last wish. The Demon King decides to become Leisure and grant the wish the prince had before he was frozen to death. Until the day the kingdom of Jerlaila rules the world with power unmatched to anyone. This is the start of a new legend. Number 9. Wizard of Arzenia. Overall, the plot is engaging, the characters are lame, and the artwork is beautiful. It's an isekai, but it's super creative and clearly has a lot of care put into it. It's an isekai, but it's super creative and clearly has a lot of love and care put into it. The manga is a complete rip-off from the D&D, but I actually like it more than D&D. It's quite funny and really interesting, and it has a good storyline and world building. If you wish to return, then you must find all the stones of the Dragon Heart. And so, Lee started his adventure to become an unparalleled mage. What kind of boots will he form? That's all up to him to discover. Number 8. The Sorcerer King of Destruction, and the Golem of the Barbarian Queen. In a world of swords and sorcery, a ritual summons the Sorcerer King who will bring ruin, but all it coughs up is an ordinary boy from Earth. Stripped of his memories but endowed with unbelievable power, our protagonist isn't keen on destroying the world. Fortunately, tinkering with his newfound power results in the creation of an intimidating partner to keep him safe. A young man is isekai'd in his uncool animal pajamas with nobody around, and he has to figure things out himself. While given cheats in the form of a ridiculous mana supply, he has no idea how to use it at first and has to study and experiment on his own. Things aren't quite as easy for him as a lot of dime a dozen isekai protagonists, and the art is very clearly drawn. While it still has its cliches, it's an underrated, funny isekai manga. I definitely recommend it if you've got some time. Number 7. Mecha Shoken Sarada Ken. This is not bad at all. You can expect the art to be good. Yui's whole class gets summoned to another world, except he's the only one who was transferred to a different one. Just when he gets used to his new life, he gets summoned to another world again and again. Honestly, even the first chapter itself is enough to get you hooked into the story. There's not much to say, and there's nothing bad about it either. The protagonist has this personality where, after being summoned so much, he still has control over himself, but is a bit of a psycho. He suffered a short but effective torture in the hands of being killed multiple times, but doesn't seem like a pushover. The story itself is really unique in keeping a dark tone while having some comedic moments in between to lighten the mood. Overall, a great read. Give it a try, folks. Number 6. Chilling in Another World with Level 2 Super Cheat Powers. As for the art, it's good. The art isn't godlike, but it's definitely up there in the list of good-looking mangas. Anaza, a humble merchant, is summoned to another world as a hero candidate in the hopes that he has what it takes to defeat the demon army. When his summoners discover that he possesses no special skills, Banaza is summarily dismissed. But something goes wrong and he can't go back home. Now he must find a way to survive in this new kingdom. Luckily, Banaza might be more powerful than anyone, including Banaza himself. Realized! I really like the concept of an overpowered hero who doesn't see himself as a hero, doesn't take sides, and wants to live a simple, happy life with everybody. Number 5. Hero has returned. Kim Min-soo. A hero who saved another world with a single thought of returning home. He saved the world but couldn't save himself and decides to destroy the world. His story is about the last moments of the heroes, a cold reality with no happy ending. For now, it doesn't have many chapters, but it is a really good one. It really reminded me of a Rooftop Swordmaster, but I would say that this one seems a lot more original, and I really like the MC chose to be a villain even though he was the hero in the other world. Number 4. Her Summon. Overall, the plot is engaging, the characters are badass, and the artwork is beautiful. It's an isekai, but it's super creative and clearly has a lot of care put into it. It's not about some generic teen or young adult who was hit by a truck-kun and given OP skills and meets a blonde elf, and they go on their adventure. It's adventure time! It's about a truly depressed and socially awkward man who has serious problems he needs to fix, and thanks to a summoner from another world, he has been able to slowly work towards fixing himself. He isn't stuck in another world, but in fact a someone who comes and goes from his normal world. How he fights in the story, so far it's top notch. Number 3. Triple F Class Trashero. It was entertaining, and if you're just looking for a story with good art, then there is a must-read. After being summoned to Fantasia, Han Su Kang spends a grueling 10 years and finally defeats the Lord of Demons. He's happy and assumes he'll be returning to his own world. When unexpectedly, the god of the world gives him a report card. The main character is lovable and despicable. And while the art is a bit simplistic, you can overlook it easily for all the great plot twists and turns that leave you cursing and laughing and commiserating with the hero of the manga. This is a manga you'll either love or hate, but I recommend it either way. The further you read, the more you understand, and it's a refreshing twist on isekai. Number 2. Tsukimichi Moonlit Fantasy. The manga is so good. Musumi Makoto was just a normal high school student, until the day he was summoned to another world because of an agreement his parents had made with the goddess. Except when he meets the only goddess in the world he's sent to, she insults him by calling him extremely unattractive, and makes an arbitrary decision to banish him to the deserted wilderness. Makoto searches the desolate land to find other humans, but for some reason only finds creatures that are all non-human. Even the 2 pretty women who decide to follow him on his journey used to be a dragon and a giant spider, along with 2 extremely eccentric characters. So begins Makoto's unlucky adventure in the new world. A fantasy about a teenage boy who keeps getting hit by one problem after another. Number 1. The Rising of the Shield Hero. This is one of the best mangas with the weak MC who becomes overpowered. Naofumi Iwatani, an uncharismatic otaku who spends his days on games and mangas, suddenly finds himself summoned to a parallel universe. He discovers he is one of the 4 heroes equipped with legendary weapons and tasked with saving the world from its prophesied destruction. As the shield hero, the weakest of the heroes, all is not as it seems. Naofumi is soon alone, penniless and betrayed, with no one to turn to, and nowhere to run. He is left with only his shield. Now, Naofumi must rise to become a legendary shield hero and save the world. That's all for today! Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then like the video, share with your friends and your families, and subscribe for more top 10 videos. Stay safe, take care, I am Zedak Khan, signing out. See you next time. Adios.